last parts of the training is taking the dog through new situations and new environments and checking the training around different stimuli. So taking Toothless here up and around mitre 10 where people are, and I'm just going to see how she copes with it. I'm going to use a little bit of reward-based training when she gives me what I want. So she pays attention, gives me eye contact, or snaps out of a distraction on her own. She'll get a reward for that. So I'll mark that with the word yes. The treat will be delivered moments after the marker's been done. Once I'm happy with how Toothless is doing out in new situations, I'll bring the owner back in. So me and Izzy will go back for a walk through some high distraction areas. I really want to get Toothless to the point where she's completely off a leash with him. He can just walk her around any distraction and not have to worry. Another thing I want to look at is just closed-in areas. So some dogs can get quite edgy in closed-in areas like this. It's kind of like there's nowhere to go, so they can sometimes get defensive. So this position here where she's at is a very insecure spot for any dog. Yep. Down. So the next thing I'm going to look up is a downstay. So I've just tied her up, and the reason I want to tie her up is I want to get her used to the fact of being tied up and left alone, so that if Izzy goes into a shop or he needs to leave her somewhere, he can just tie her up, not have to worry. She'll stay in and down and do her thing. Down. So I'll start at a couple of meters away. Down. Yes. I'll start a couple of meters away, and then I'll gradually create distance from her so she gets used to me being away from her. What I'm going to look for is her starting to whine or pine or even bark. Sometimes just when you leave them in a new situation, you start to create space from them. If they're a little bit uncertain, they may want to gravitate towards you, and that barking or whining can either be that or frustration. So I'm going to start to create a bit of distance now. I'm also going to pay attention to what she's doing as I create distance. So now she's focused on the doorway, that's fine. Soft mouth, nice breathing, soft eyes, soft ears, that's cool. One thing I do need to look for before I do something like this is the amount of exercise she's had the day before or the day of, and also the process I took into getting her into this position. I wouldn't go straight to this. You definitely want to warm her up before you get here. So just taking a nice 10-15 minute walk with her in a quiet area, and then slowly adding more distraction is going to make sure that you're going to get the best results and not stress the dog out too much. Yeah. Eye contact here, so she heard a noise, she got a bit uncertain, she didn't elevate whatsoever, she was just more trying to check out what it was. Then she paid attention to me, so I marked and rewarded that, telling her I liked the fact she checked in with me when she was uncertain. So initially I'm going to give a high rate of reward, so I'm rewarding her more frequently. As she starts to give me the behaviour I want, which is paying attention to me more than the world, I'm going to slowly reward less and less. Eventually you do want to fade the rewards away. I'm only using rewards really, one, to build relationship with the dog, and also rebuild the dog's association in new situations and around new stimuli. Yes. The fact she didn't react to that at all, I'm marking rewarding because she stayed focused on me rather than the trolley. Down. Down. Good. 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 Now I'm going to start to change from rewards to affection, but down, because she's starting to become very focused on me. Down. And she's kind of preempting getting a reward now. Down. And that's something you want to look out for with reward-based training, is you don't over-reward the dog, because if you do, you can kind of you can sometimes create other issues, or you can also create a dog that kind of looks for rewards all the time, or only listens for a reward. Down. Good. important you proof the dog with affection. Teaching your dog to actually remain calm after when you give it affection is quite important. If you don't, you can find the dog may get overexcited when new people come to the house or when new people approach, and that can cause jumping and overexcited behaviour. Yes. So we're going to end the session here. You always want to end on a good note if you can. So she's done really well. She started to kind of show me signs she's really relaxing and getting what I want from her. Ending it now is going to help her remember where we stopped and be easier to get her back to the state in a later training session.